You have more.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on Voice of the People TV. I am Vivian Oguche.
And I am Choma Lena. Before we begin the news, kindly visit our website www.vop.ng for fresh and trending news. Here are the headlines. Tinubu departs for Europe on working visit.
Army orders protesting retired soldiers to leave finance ministry.
Troops kill terrorists, arrest 85, rescue 66.
And Amnesty calls for probe into Southeast killings.
Uday replaces Adejobi as police PRO.
And federal government denies CNG price hike, blames investors.
And on the foreign scene, Israel rejects Hamas Gaza deal claims.
And business news, NIPSS says industrial policy will grow GDP.
And in sports, please assure security for Nigeria-Rwanda qualifier.
The world of entertainment, Femi Kuti says he left Fela's band to build own identity. Now the news in detail. President Bola Tinubu has begun a 10-day vacation as part of his 2025 annual leave, according to a statement from his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanuga. Tinubu will spend a working vacation in France and the United Kingdom before returning to Nigeria. However, the statement made no mention of a formal letter to the National Assembly as required by the 1999 Constitution to empower Vice President Kashim Shettima to act in his absence. This reflects a similar trip in October 2024 when the president spent over 2 weeks abroad without a formal handover. Since taking office in May 2023, Tinubu has been one of Nigeria's most traveled presidents, logging 124 days abroad across 29 trips to 16 countries. His travels have included diplomatic, investment, and ceremonial visits to the US, UK, France, China, Brazil, Germany, and most recently, the UAE and Ghana.
Away from that report, the Defense Headquarters has ordered protesting retired soldiers to vacate the Federal Ministry of Finance in Abuja immediately. The soldiers who left the Nigerian Army in 2024 staged a protest over unpaid entitlements, accusing the government of neglect. Major General Marcus Kanye, Director of Defense Media Operations, said the protest is disrupting ministry activities and urged the veterans to leave the premises to allow government work to continue smoothly. While acknowledging their right to protest, the Defense Headquarters warned the soldiers to act responsibly.
Moving on, the Defense Headquarters says troops killed several terrorists, arrested 85 suspects, and rescued 66 kidnapped victims nationwide in August. Director of Defense Media Operations, Major General Marcus Kanye, disclosed this during a briefing in Abuja. In the northeast, troops eliminated Boko Haram and ISWAP fighters, arrested 15 suspects, and rescued 8 hostages. In the northwest, operations across Zamfara, Sokoto, Kaduna, Kebbi, and Katsina led to 23 arrests and 24 rescues. In the north central, troops arrested 7 criminals, killed several terrorists, and rescued 2 victims. 1 suspect was caught with 3 million naira ransom cash. Operation Wellstroke in Benue and surrounding states led to 9 arrests and the rescue of 13 hostages. Major General Kangie said arms, ammunition, vehicles, and explosives were also recovered during the operations.
Still in the news, Amnesty International is urging the federal government to investigate widespread killings and human rights abuses in Nigeria's southeast. At the launch of its report, A Decade of Impunity in Lagos, Amnesty accused both state and non-state actors of extrajudicial killings, torture, and enforced disappearances. Over 400 people were reportedly killed in Imo State between 2019 and 2021 by so-called unknown gunmen. The group also accused security forces and the Ebubeagu paramilitary of serious abuses. Amnesty said insecurity fueled by IPOB, sit-at-home orders has crippled schools, businesses, and daily life in the region.
And now the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetokun, has appointed Benjamin Hundeyi as the new Force Public Relations Officer. The appointment was announced in a statement by outgoing spokesman Muyiwa Adijobi, who has been redeployed to the Delta State Police Command. Hundeyi, a chief superintendent of police, previously served as the spokesperson for the Lagos State Police Command since 2022. The IGP urged him to use his experience in communications and security to strengthen public relations and maintain positive engagement with the public.
And away from that story, the federal government has denied increasing the price of compressed natural gas, CNG. Matilda Johnson, communications manager for the presidential CNG initiative, said the recent price hike were introduced by private investors and was not directed by government policy. She described reports linking the increases to the PCNGI as misleading. Johnson emphasized that the initiative's mandate under President Tinubu is to promote CNG as a cheaper, cleaner alternative to petrol and diesel nationwide.
Well, talking health, Finance Minister Wale Edun has called for sustainable health financing, expanded insurance coverage, and strategic investments to reform Nigeria's health sector. Speaking at the National Health Financing Dialogue in Abuja, Edun emphasized the need to reduce out-of-pocket expenses and improve healthcare access. He said health financing goes beyond budgets, involving economic growth, reinvestment of government revenues, and private sector participation. Edun also highlighted the role of innovative financing and public-private partnerships in strengthening the healthcare system. The minister pointed to recent infrastructure projects like new radiology and oncology centers in Bauchi and other states as examples of progress.
Still in the news, the African Democratic Congress has criticized the federal government's proposed 5% petrol tax, calling it an added burden on Nigerians still struggling with subsidy removal. In a statement, ADC National Publicity Secretary Bolaji Abdullahi described the timing as insensitive and urged the government to suspend the move until citizens feel real relief from ongoing economic reforms. He argued that despite reports of improved revenue, heavy borrowing continues, raising questions about policy sustainability. The party also pointed to missed 2025 revenue target, falling VAT and allocation figures, and the Naira's continued depreciation further weakening purchasing power and driving up food, rent, and transport costs. The ADC criticized rising service fees, including passport charges, and called on the government to focus on poverty reduction, exchange rate stability, and easing household burdens.
Now, former Kaduna State Governor Nasir El-Rufai has criticized the police for halting a planned meeting of African Democratic Congress leaders in the state, calling it a violation of constitutional rights. The police action follows violent disruptions at an opposition event last Saturday, where suspected thugs attacked members of a political coalition, including the ADC, PDP, SDP, NNPP, and Labour Party, injuring several and damaging property. El-Rufai, speaking at a news conference in Kaduna, condemned the violence as a dangerous descent into lawlessness and defended the right to peaceful political assembly. He also accused the police of overstepping their authority, claiming they obtained a court order to stop the meeting but failed to properly serve it.
Now joining us virtually to analyze the news is Jude Idumogu. He's a former Lagos State House of Assembly lawmaker who represented Oshodi Solo constituency too. You're welcome, Idumogu.
Thank you. How are you guys doing there?
Okay. One might want to ask, they want to join in the amusement, but we'll just go straight to the point, right? President Tinubu is on a 10-day working vacation abroad. he did not transmit a formal handover letter to the National Assembly as constitutionally required. And this mirrors similar action in October 2024. He has spent 124 days abroad since May 2023. Now, Mr. Dumogu, just help us make sense of this. How concerning is it that President Tinubu left for a foreign trip without formally notifying the National Assembly, as stipulated by the Constitution?
I'm not trying to defend him, but I know that's not the first time it's happening in Nigeria, even before his own regime. So the fact remains that, I'll not say, probably he's not the one that's supposed to do that. He has his lieutenant that's supposed, he has his advisors, the special advisors are supposed to do what they're supposed to do. Probably, or maybe he has signed it and probably has not delivered to the National Assembly. So I don't know. But what I know is not the first time. For me, it's not an issue. It's not an issue. The most important thing is his deputy, the vice president, is there, and business have always been going on, whether he's in the country or outside the country. So for me, that's not an issue. It's not an issue. The National Assembly is there. The ministers are there. The work will continue to go. So I don't think it's something we should be debating about. Then maybe going for, of course, as a president, he has the right to, okay, he's even going for an annual leave, just 10 days. For me, 10 days is also too short. So 10 days is just like a week plus 3 days, and he'll be back. Definitely the business of the nation will continue to go. So that is what I think.
Honorable Dumogu, I must jump in here. It is important for the viewer to know that you are a member of the APC as well. So let's make some comparisons here. The late President Muhammadu Buhari, of blessed memory, when he was the president and he was going to travel, I think the first 2 times he made sure that he transferred matters of the state to his vice, Professor Oshibajo. There was no bulk passing. What needed to be done was done before he traveled. So I don't know, are you really making excuses for the president because he's a member of your party, really? Or can we just call a spade here?
Well, like I said, the issue is that it's not everything the president. The president has lieutenant that's supposed to be working for him. Probably he might have signed the letter and the letter have not been delivered to the National Assembly, or maybe the letter is on the way going. But I think those that it's supposed to be blamed is the special advisor and those that are duty to ensure that the right thing is done. Mr. President cannot do everything. It's not everything he can remember. He has a lot on his head about the country, and the country is too big, and the challenges facing him is too big there. So for me, I don't think it's a major concern.
Oh, okay. Honorable, my colleague here has actually asked some questions that I feel you've not really done justice to, right? Gratefully, you're in another clime as we speak. You're not in Nigeria. So comparing this, she said, let's do a comparison here. The president has reportedly traveled abroad 29 times in a little over a year. Is this level of travel justifiable given Nigeria's current challenges? Is it justifiable?
Well, you see, it's a global village. A very good president, in a nutshell, supposed to travel and go and do something on behalf of the country. Of course, you cannot just sit down in your country alone and you want the country to progress in terms of investment and other things. You have to build a kind of human relationship and establish a relationship with other countries so that you can also involve. They can also involve in the development of our country. You cannot stand as an island. So for me, the number of days he has traveled, he has a vice president now. Even if he's there, even if he's out of the country, like I said, the vice president is there. I don't see it as being too much for him to travel. And when you say where I currently am, yes, in US, Donald Trump traveled. So I don't have the details whether naturally here, everything is organized. Yes, though, yes, it's organized. So it's not like where I'm coming from. We are still learning from them. But the truth is that it's organized. So we can try to be better off, but I would say there's no basis of comparison between here and where we in Nigeria. But we can improve. So for me, if you follow Donald Trump, you can see he's traveling everywhere. He travels, even people are traveling, coming to meet him here to negotiate, maybe in terms of even his tariff he's giving out, a tariff that is even increasing and stuff like that. So there's no basis for comparison. But like I said, we aim to do better. So for me, Mr. President, as long as, okay, even if they like that where he's going now, he's on his annual leave, 10 days annual leave. He's right now. He has the right to travel whenever he wants to travel. Besides, it's his leave. So even you that is speaking, if you have your leave and you probably want to travel to X and Y country, nothing stops you as long as you can afford.
Honorable Edimogu, there are some cool spots in Nigeria here where I would love to go spend my annual holiday. But you see, let's continue to make comparisons. Since Nigeria is practicing the same form of presidency as the US, you recall that whenever Donald Trump would want to go for a short vacation or whatever, he just goes to his Mar-a-Lago club, a resort in Palm Beach, Florida. What stops the president from, going to some very, very cool spots in Nigeria here, and to boost tourism, if not for anything else? We have places like that in Nigeria, don't you think?
Well, it's his choice. It's his choice. It's not compulsory. It's his choice. It's what it is. I remember Mr. President is an elderly statesman, so probably he knows that let him use the opportunity to enjoy himself if he can, and it's God-given opportunity. So I don't see it as, though it would have been nice. That's the truth. It would have been nice, but like I said, how many of us always spend our time in Nigeria when we have the opportunity? Most of us goes out. So it does not stop if the Mr. President, it doesn't stop the economy of the country to develop. Whether he visited, he spent his holiday in Nigeria or not, it doesn't stop it. Besides, like I said, we are always Nigeria, in quote, including me, we are fond of traveling out of the country when we have the opportunity.
Okay, let's move away from that story. They seem not to be getting, sort of a headway. But let's move away from that story. Let's talk a bit about the protest by retired soldiers over unpaid benefits. The stories, one of the stories we read had retired soldiers protested at the Ministry of Finance over unpaid entitlements. Not like it's something they were begging for, it's their right. And they were not paid. And Defense Headquarters ordered them to vacate the premises. The government acknowledges their right to protest, but warns of disruption. Now, what does this protest by remember the quote, ex-servicemen, say about how Nigeria treats its veterans?
Sincerely, it's appalling for me. It's not a good news. And you see, it's always like they say, what goes around comes around. And people, the current military men and let me say the leaders in the military, they think probably one day, anyway, maybe they will also realize one day they will leave the office. They will leave the office and they may face what these ex-servicemen are facing. So it's not a good one. It's so bad that we cannot take care of those past, I'll call them seniors that have really served the nation in one way or the other. And that is why these are the things that lead to corruption in Nigeria. I'm telling you, because the current people now, when they look at how the past servicemen are being treated, of course, that is where you see them now start doing what they're supposed to do, so that maybe when they leave office, they will not be on the street begging for their rights, which is not supposed to be. the military support by now, whatever it is, because they were once like them, they were once in those positions, and they have left, and one day will be their own turn. So it's good for us to do the needful. It's not only the military. A lot of things are happening in Nigeria in all the sectors, which is wrong. We are too selfish and self-centered that at times we only think about ourselves. We don't think about forgetting that one day we will also face this kind of situation. For me, it's not a good news at all.
All right. Honorable, talking about doing the needful, you are a lawmaker yourself, or you were a lawmaker, and it is lawful for protesters to protest, right? Every Nigerian has a right to protest. But now that the Defense Headquarters is saying you cannot protest, what should be done? What is the right thing to be done? Is it the National Assembly to call the Defense Headquarters to order? Or what can be done? Because this definitely is an infraction, talking about the right to protest.
Well, they have the right to protest. That's just the truth. It depends on whoever the group that is protesting. They might have leaders. If they insist they want to protest, it's their right to protest. And I don't think that the military, the current military leaders there will come and arrest any of them. I don't think so. But however, if probably they have also spoken to them, telling them that, okay, you leave the street, the needful has to be done, probably they are going to ensure that their allowances and that whatever they are owing them are going to be paid them in less than no time. Maybe there might be an internal discussion they might have discussed. But like you rightly pointed out, which I also believe, the protest is everybody's right. But at the same time, but you don't protest and also disrupt the activities of any other person or organization or stuff like that. Because where your own right stops, somebody's right begins.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so just another question. I would want to know, because out of curiosity, men that deal with security are not to be told with. Now, could this unrest among retired military personnel, in quote, military personnel, could this unrest have broader security implications? Do you think it could have broader security implications?
It will have, because these are retired men. See, don't forget that they are well trained. They know how to use the guns and ammunition. Those people, they know how. In fact, I don't even know at times. I don't know how some of us think, our leaders. These are people we supposed to have been engaged, depending on their age, supposed to engage them. Because with the insecurity challenges we are having, people like this supposed to be engaged in terms of even their brain, their experience they have, even to train others. I'm telling you, when you engage them and also pay them some allowances, I don't think there have a need for all this. So at times, we know what to do, but we are not doing it. We are not doing it. And you say we don't have enough police, enough military men that can man the country. When you compare to what is happening now, the insecurity in the system, these are well-trained men. These are well-trained, and I believe some of them are still strong and agile to work. What are we doing? So I would advise that instead of driving the way, of course, it's not good. Don't forget that these are military men retired, and for me, it's also shameful that the military will see their ex-member being on the street. It's a kind of disgrace too. If you don't know, it's a disgrace to the military. So probably that's why they're asking them to leave the street. But probably there would have been a better way for them for the high command of the ministry to talk to them and address the issue. You understand? So, but for me, my position is that these men should be engaged. Of course, it's a risk to the security situation in the country. But if they can engage them very well, I think we can use them to fight insecurity in the country, because they are well-trained men and women.
All right. Let's flip the coin here, Honorable Idumogu. While the retired soldiers are crying wolf, the Defense Headquarters is saying those on ground right now, still in the employ of the military, are doing their bidding as the war against insecurity gains momentum. So the Defense Headquarters says troops have killed several terrorists, arrested 85 suspects, and rescued 66 kidnapped victims nationwide, just in the month of August. Does this news, greet you with some form of excitement, really?
Well, what will I say? They will do their job, but the truth is that is I don't know. It's appalling. It's appalling in the sense that sometimes I think when we get to this, when did Nigeria become this situation? I remember how many years ago it has never been like this, but today it's terrible. All I will tell you is that they are even people in high authority that are involved in the activity of insecurity in Nigeria. They are making money out of it. They are making business out of it, and that is why, no matter what they are doing, people that are fighting it, they are still it's not being abated. Yes, that is just the truth. For me, my position is that there is a lot of going under insecurity we are talking about in Nigeria. I'm telling you, there are a lot of people that are making money out of it, and this is what even you guys, the journalists, should also investigate and come out with a true story. It's not just those people. There are people behind this. Where do they get their gun from? Where do they get the money they use it for? Who are the people financing it? There are some people financing it. So at times, even the government should be. I think the government should also be strong enough to come out. Not just talking. It's not just talking. They say talking is cheap, but we need to act. Even those indicted should be prosecuted. That's just, my
Honorable, can I come in here? Yeah. This is not talking about an indictment at all. We were saying really that the defense headquarters is saying that the war against insecurity is gaining momentum as troops have killed several terrorists, arrested 85 suspects, and rescued 66 kidnapped victims nationwide in August. This is some form of positive news, right? They are talking about how they are winning the war gradually against insecurity.
Why? The truth is that they should. Let me commend them. They are trying, but we expect more. For me, they should do more. We should not even get at this level. That's just it. The truth that we should not have even been at this level. I'm telling you, would have overcome all this, but because, like I said, the corruption is the system, is what that's promoting it. When you say, okay, how many of them have been killed, how many have been arrested, do you know how many people that are dying? Almost say, okay, look at the news you are saying, even from the southeast, you can see how many people from what year to look at them that have been killed because of one thing or the other. And the truth is that even other people that are not even, how will I say that, people that are not even supposed, there are a lot of atrocity, what I want to say, that are even being caused or going on in Nigeria just because of hiding under insecurity in Nigeria. A lot is going on. So I think the military, well, they have done well, but they should step up. It's not just yes, you have killed X, Y, and Z, but the truth is that let them go to the root of this issue. They are sponsors. Let get those people that are sponsoring these insecurities that are financing it. There are people that are behind it. This thing I don't know. Easy. You get guns, you send people, you go and kill and so. With that money you can't do all these things. So there are people behind and they are benefiting. In as much as yes, I'll say the military, yes, they are stepping up, they are doing well. But for me, we expect them to do much more than that.
Okay, Honorable, just a bit more on this. Like we highlighted, there are 85 suspects that have been arrested. 66 kidnapped victims were rescued and so on. We hear of multiple operations in Northeast, North Central, Northwest. Recovery of arms, ammunition, and ransom money. Now, despite these achievements, violent attacks continue. I hear you say more should be done. Now, what more needs to be done beyond these military operations? What more needs to be done in clear?
You see,
could you do?
Yes. For me, what more could be done is that security in any place or the nation or even your state or wherever you are. It's not just the job of the military and the police. Sometimes even with the civilians, supposed to be giving information where necessary. Because it's not a job of one person or a particular group. That's what I would say. Then besides, those that have been arrested, you see the challenge again that after arrest, what next? You'll be shocked that before you know it, some of them have been released through the back door. That is just one other thing. If they can get more information from those that have been arrested, concrete information that they can work with. You understand? And if they can get that, those information can help them to also reach out to other zones, or probably even get more information that will help them arrest the situation on time. But like I said, I don't know. God will help us.
Okay, let's take a dive into another aspect of security. Human rights violation amnesty. They call for probe into Southeast killing. Now, Amnesty International has released a report on killings and rights violation in the Southeast. Blames both security forces and non-state actors. Sit-at-home orders and insecurity have paralyzed that region. I mean, the Southeast in general. Mr. Idimogu, this is the question. Amnesty International is alleging widespread human rights abuses in the Southeast, I mean to say. Should the government take these claims seriously, or is it something that, well, they should just overlook?
Well, Nigeria is a pity. Southeast, if anybody have told me or informed me that today I'll be even afraid to travel to Southeast, I wouldn't have believed it. But that's a true situation we have found ourselves. And somebody like me have also have pleaded or called on the present government led by President Tinubu, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to please consider amnesty for Nnamdi Kanu. The reason is this: there are a lot of, like you said, non-state action. How do you call them?
Actors,
Non-state actors, yes. Non-state actors. They are using those bases or hiding under what is happening, and a lot of atrocities are being caused. So and some be using Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's name, which is not true. Okay, I'm very happy the world have even happened. It's Australia, the other guy that have just sentenced to about 10 years in prison.
Finland.
That's to tell you that.
Finland.
In Finland, yes, it's a good development, and I wish, well, thank God that one have done, and it will sound as a warning to even those other ones that even in Nigeria that perpetrating crime using the name of Nnamdi Kanu. So that is, for me, if the federal government can look at it. I'm not saying, because by the time you go through the court process, it will take a longer time and a lot of things. Just give this guy an amnesty. And let's see what will happen. Let's see what will happen in Southeast. Imagine Southeast, people from the Southeast are businessmen and women. They are traders. But imagine you have a Monday sit at home, another day sit at home. That place has become something else. That even those days, even you cannot, this particular, you can't come out. And these are people that do business. They are like, imagine where you can lock your shop and you don't do business for 1 or 2 days. You know what you are losing. The economy is losing so much. So for me, I just want to, let me use this medium to plead with the president and people concerned. They should take a second look of seeing how Nnamdi Kanu can be released. And let us now face the situation. Let us now see where the insecurity is coming from, whether it's his men that are doing it or those people that other people are hiding using him to do it. So it's not a good news, please.
Thank you so much, Honorable Idimogu. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your thoughts. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay. You're still watching News Hour on Voice of the People Television. More stories after the break. Welcome back from that short break. You're still watching VOP TV on wherever you're watching it, be it SLTV. We are there on channel 264. And on YouTube, we are live at VOP TV, Voice of the People Television. Now moving on with other stories. The National Working Committee of the new Nigeria People's Party has held an emergency meeting in Lagos to address pressing party issues. The closed-door session was attended by key national executives, including Board of Trustees, Chairman and NNPP founder Boniface Aniebonam, National Chairman Abu Major, and Secretary General Ogini Olaposi. Speaking after the meeting, Aniebonam said discussions focused on INEC's delay in uploading the party's new leadership list, hindering its electoral participation. He also raised concerns about expelled members allegedly using the party's name illegally. On the 2027 elections, Aniebonam confirmed the NNPP will field its own candidate, but remains open to alliances with like-minded parties.
And now the Labour Party has called on the government to enact stricter laws regulating water transportation to prevent frequent boat accidents. The party condemned the recent Niger State tragedy that claimed nearly 60 lives as one too many. Interim National Chairman Nenadi Usman, in a statement from Abuja, extended condolences to the victims' families and criticized the rising number of boat mishaps on Nigeria's inland waterways.
As schools in Edo State prepare to resume on Monday, the government is ramping up efforts for a smooth academic takeoff. Measures include stakeholder consultations, new teacher recruitment, and school renovations under the SHINE agenda. Parents and students are expressing excitement and optimism ahead of the new session. VOP TV Rhoda Johnny has more on this report.
Schools in Edo State prepare to resume on Monday. The state government has assured parents and students of measures to ensure a smooth academic take-off. The Commissioner for Education, Dr. Padi Yamu, disclosed that a strategic meeting was convened with teachers, stakeholders, and board chairmen to address pressing issues in the education sector. He noted that the government is prioritizing a conducive learning environment through the recruitment of additional teachers and the ongoing reconstruction of schools across the three senatorial districts under the SHINE agenda.
So first and foremost, we have to prepare the schools for the students that are resuming. We are doing cleaning and clearing of the schools. A conducive environment is one that we are proud to be associated with. So the schools are being cleaned. On our parts as a ministry, we have shortages of teachers. We're also trying to regularize the employment. So now we are put machineries in place to make sure that we regularize the employment so that they can be better motivated to teach our students. The construction of schools and remodeling of schools across the three senatorial zone is also ongoing. A lot of work has been done. The governor, Senator Mondo Okpebholo, is one who is dedicated and passionate about education. And we are presently constructing over 65 schools across the three senatorial zones.
At the major bookstore, parents and students spoke with VOP TV about their preparations and excitement for the new school session, expressing optimism as schools reopen on Monday.
Feel good, and you're going to learn new things and enter new classes. And you feel like special in class and school because they take care of you.
I'm happy because it's a new journey. I'm starting a new section, new friends, and I can't just wait.
So I came here to pick one or two things and to also make sure my children are fully prepared for the resumption.
We are happy that school is resuming on Monday because we'll have a little time to rest a little.
I'm excited that we are resuming school on Monday, and the kids are very excited to go back to school. So, so far so good. Everything is fine. Trying to sort out our textbooks, our notebooks to go back to school.
For me, I'm a parent. I have 2 kids in one class, and they insisted that both of them will buy the same book. And school fees, the book is even higher than the school fees. We parents, we are trying. I just pray what the governor said, they should stand. Let them start recycling book. It's better for we the parents.
In Benin, Rhoda Johnny, EOP TV News.
Very well done, Rhoda. Thank you so much. Staying with Edo State, Monday Bolo, the governor has unveiled a fleet of bulldozers, tractors, and low-bed trucks to boost the operations of Edo State Waste Management Board. The move signals a major step toward a cleaner, healthier environment across the state. Again, Rhoda Johnny reports.
The state governor, Monday Pueblo, has commissioned bulldozers, low-bed trucks and tractors to strengthen the operations of the Edo State Waste Management Board. The move aims to ensure a cleaner and healthier environment for residents and reduce the state's dependence on rented equipment. At the ceremony, Governor Pueblo urged staff to protect and efficiently use the new machinery to boost environmental sanitation across Edo State.
We have bought this. If you add 15 million by 3, that will give you 150 per month. Now, in 1 year, we have almost paid for this. Both the low bed, the 3 caterpillars. Now we bought the low bed because we don't want to rent low bed from anywhere. It's Edo State property. We have not borrowed money from anywhere to buy this. We use Edo money to buy it, to work for Edo people. So I pray that God will give you the energy, the wisdom to manage this equipment for Edo people. I commissioned this in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
A worker at the Waste Management Board expressed gratitude, saying the new equipment will greatly improve their operations and maintain a cleaner environment statewide.
Of tippers, payloaders, and trucks to strengthen our capacity. Here we are again today, standing in gratitude as we commission bulldozers and low bed today. This remarkable consistency clearly demonstrates your love for the people and your request to prioritize our environment with a vision to make Edo State the cleanest, healthiest, and most environmentally friendly. Edo State is on the path of progress, prosperity, and success. Edo State is experiencing remarkable infrastructural transformation under your exceptional leadership. These machines, bulldozers, and low beds are not just equipment. They are instruments of progress, symbols of transformation, and the vehicle of a cleaner, safer, and healthier Edo. Your Excellency, your administration has consistently shown that governance is about service, vision, and tangible impact. From roads to schools, from health to infrastructure, and now in waste management. Your imprint is indelible.
In Benin, Rhoda Johnny, VOP TV News.
And away from all that, on the foreign scene, Israel has rejected a statement from Hamas saying the armed group is ready for a comprehensive deal to end the Gaza war and free all its hostages. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said this is more spin by Hamas, that nothing is new. The Prime Minister's office insisted the war would end only once the 48 hostages, 20 of whom are believed to be alive, were released. Hamas was disarmed, Gaza was demilitarized, Israel has security control, and an alternative civilian administration was established. Hamas reiterated its call for a deal that would see hostages exchanged for Palestinian prisoners. Israeli forces withdraw, border crossing reopened, and the start of reconstruction. The group also said it agreed to the formation of an administration run by independent technocrats to govern post-war Gaza.
Well, in business news, the National Institute for Policy and Strategic Studies says the new Nigeria industrial policy aims to revive the sector and boost its contribution to GDP to at least 6%. NIPSS Director General Ayo Motayo made this known at a validation workshop in Abuja. He said the policy addresses long-standing industrial challenges and, unlike previous policies, includes clear rules, timelines, and collaboration with key stakeholders and development partners. Motayo added that the reforms will create coherence in the industrial sector, allowing manufacturing and other subsectors to drive stronger economic growth.
And now in sports, Akwa Ibom Commissioner of Police, Baba Azare, has assured fans of adequate security ahead of Saturday's World Cup qualifier between Nigeria and Rwanda in New York. Speaking at a news conference, CP Azare said the police are fully prepared to ensure a safe, hitch-free event at the Godswill at Babio Stadium. He also guaranteed the safety of all visitors before, during, and after the match.
Well, entertainment news is next.
Welcome to the entertainment news. Renowned Afrobeat musician Femi Kuti has opened up about the pressure to live up to his father, the legendary Fela Kuti. In a recent podcast, Femi revealed he left his father's band to forge his own artistic identity. The 63-year-old said the weight of expectation began in his school days and testified when he led Fela's band for 2 years while his father was jailed under Muhammadu Buhari's military regime. He described that period as eye-opening and said it led to his bold decision to quit the band and turn down a US tour even with a tripled salary. Femi said the move sparked backlash from fans and the press, marking a tough chapter in his life. Mayor Yul Edochie has intensified her legal battle, serving a fresh cease and desist letter demanding 500 million from social media personality Yinka Tessien. This comes just hours after she issued a similar notice to her former lawyer, Emeka Uguonye. According to her legal team, the move stems from alleged cases of cyberbullying and defamation directed at her. In the new letter, May issued a strict 48-hour ultimatum for compliance with her demands or risk further legal consequences. The development has since stirred discussion across social media. Legendary Italian foreign designer and billionaire Giorgio Armani has died at the age of 91. Known for redefining modern elegance, Armani revolutionized both men's and women's suits. What began as a fashion label grew into a global empire spanning music, sports, and luxury hotels. A savvy businessman, Armani's company generated over £2 billion annually. According to a statement on the brand Instagram page, he worked until his final days, fully dedicated to his craft and future projects. And that's it for entertainment. I am Precious Agamano.
Well, Precious, thank you so much. And that wraps it up for us in News Hour. But before we go, a quick look at the headlines. We told you that Tinubu has departed for Europe on a working visit.
An army orders protesting retired soldiers to leave finance ministry.
Also, troops kill terrorists and arrest 85, also rescue 66.
Amnesty calls for probe into Southeast killings.
Hyundai replaces Adejobi as police PRO.
And FG denies CNG price hike, blames investors.
Well, on the foreign scene, Israel rejects Hamas Gaza deal claims.
And in business, NIPSS says industrial policy will grow GDP.
Well, in sports news, police assure security for Nigeria-Rwanda qualifier.
And in the world of entertainment, Femi Kuti says he left Fela's band to build own identity. Now do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel. On YouTube, we are Voice of the People TV. And on all other social media platforms, we are at VOP TV Live. Now, if you witness news happening near you, we want to hear from you. Send your eyewitness reports, event coverage requests, photos or videos directly via WhatsApp to 0814-606-4057. I take that again, 0814-606-4057. You can also reach our newsroom by email at news@vop.ng. I am Choma Lena.
I am Vivian Uguche, and thank you for watching.
Health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being of an individual. It's the fundamental right of everyone to enjoy the highest attainable standard of health, without distinction of race, religion, or political belief. On VOP TV, we bring you Health Check, a show that x-rays different health issues and provides solutions with the help of experts in the medical field. Join us every Tuesday from 2:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. on Health Check. Health Check on VOP TV. Your health, our priority.
3 years ago, we lit the spark. Today, we are blazing the trail for others to follow. VOP Media is free. 3 years of breaking boundaries. 3 years of being that bold voice that echoes the thoughts of the people. 3 years of telling stories that matter.
We have experienced complete breakdown in democratic governance.
We are not just a brand. We are a movement, giving voice to the voiceless.
We go to bed empty hunger.
To every viewer